Hi everyone, I'm Shane from Point3D and I'm here to explain to you how to work with the Pointcloud file you got from us and, if needed, how to reinsert it into the Revit model you got from us as well, if you got one. So let's start with the Pointcloud, and you can stop watching when I'll get to the Revit part if you don't get a Revit model from us yet. So let's start with the Pointcloud. Now, first of all, let's download the software. If you got a link from us for Leica TRUview and you haven't installed it, please install it now before you continue watching. If that link is corrupted or expired or doesn't work somehow, you go to Google, you write Leica TRUview desktop or just TRUview download over here. Your first result is this. You click it, you go all the way to the bottom, you choose software, Leica TRUview installer. This will only work on a PC, not on a Mac, and you fill out this form and press download. Once you download and install it, continue this video. Okay, so you downloaded and installed Leica TRUview. It's gonna be a file that looks like, let's go here. Okay, it's gonna look like this, either an LGS or LGSX. Newer ones are LGSX. You double click it, you'll be greeted with this screen. This is going to be a top view of the model. You can't do anything with that. You can barely move around. What you want to do is to get out of it. This is no use for anyone. To get out of it into an ortho view, you're going to press this cube, and now you're on this screen. On this screen, this is the entire model. Okay? The way we manipulate it is we use the mouse, we pick a point where we want to rotate around, okay, anywhere. You can hover the mouse, let's say over this corner, and I'll click and hold the left mouse button and move the mouse up, down, left, right, okay, and that is the way to rotate. If I want to pan, move around by panning, I do the same. I click and hold the right mouse button. So now I'm panning. Left, right, up, down. Now, this is a nice way to start. And these red orbs are called mirror balls. I can move around by clicking one. I'll see a 360 photo of the space. I can click the other. I can move around to the next one. But this is a quite slow way to move around. In order to move out of this ortho view, because now I can't move in space, I can only look at that photo. In order to exit it, I'm going to press this person with the arrow above it and choose the orbit function. Now I'm in the orbit function. I can again place the mouse wherever I want, click and orbit around it. And I'm back at looking at the point cloud. Now the point cloud is a scan of millions and millions and millions of individual points. You see all those pixels? And all of those can be referenced and measured against one another. And that's the beautiful thing in it. There are infinity measurements you can take. Now, let's say I want to move around in space and I don't want to go through all the mirror balls one by one and go all the way into. I just want to find the bathroom on the second floor, right? So what I'm going to do is sorry, I went too fast there. I'm going to use the clip box. The clip box is over here, manually create clip box. I'll choose this, manually create clip box. Now in the clip box, before I move it around, there are a few things we should know. If I press Control, and so I can move around without doing anything to the clip box, just like we moved the point cloud. So if I hold Control and click the mouse and move around, I can pan and orbit the same way. Okay? If I don't press Control, then I'm picking one of the faces of that cube to manipulate. So if I click and hold the left mouse button, I can move this up and down. You can see I'm cutting through the building. Now, let's say I want to pick this. Now I'm picking that. This is easy, right? But let's say I want to pick the left side, the left face. I'm going to hold Shift. See? Now I can pick it if I'm holding Shift. If I'm not holding Shift, it will pick the top part. Again, let's say I want to pick the rear one. I hold Shift and I move it. Now let's say I picked everything and I exactly the way I wanted. Let's say I'm clicking Shift here, not clicking Shift here, clicking Shift here. I'm just cleaning it out a bit, okay? And I want to get rid of that tree. Okay, now I want to go to the second floor. Okay, I'm cutting through all the ceilings. I'm pressing OK to approve. And now I can see, oh, here's the bathroom. That's it. Now you're going to get very fast at it really quickly, so don't worry. It is going to save you a lot of time. Now, let's say I want to get out of it. Again, go back to orbit, and I can move back. Now, let's say I still want to see the entire project and not cut through. I can go to Saved Clips, None, and it's back here. But I can still use my clip. Let's say I don't want to be able to use that clip or want a different clip saved. I can go to the clip box, trash it, and I'm back to square one where I started. Okay, what else can we do with the point cloud? Of course, we've seen we can move around the mirror balls, but the measurement tool will be the one that you're going to use the most. Okay, let's say I'm going to the kitchen. So let's find the kitchen, create clip box, move it around, and cut through it. Okay, so here's the kitchen, right? So I'm going to the kitchen, and let's say I want to measure floor to ceiling. So first thing we do, I want to go to the cogwheel here at the top right, and measurement annotation style on advanced, not simple. Now you can choose different units or whatever you feel comfortable. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to pick here the measurement tool. Measure distance. Now you can see there is a small circle. The circle will change plane depends on what I'm measuring. See how it changes the plane from front to bottom to top. Here is the garbage can and so on. So let's say I want floor to ceiling. Floor, ceiling. Okay. Now the good thing about the advanced measurements that we picked is I can only look at the delta Z. So it doesn't matter if I take this line from here to here. Let's pick this. See, the delta Z is almost the same because no floor is perfectly straight or no ceiling is perfectly straight, but it's almost exactly the same. There is what, 10 millimeter difference here, and the line itself is half a meter longer because this one is diagonal and this one is relatively straight. So I'll press OK, and if I want to get rid of those measurements because I don't want them obscuring my view on my point cloud, I'll click delete. So I'm picking one and then deleting it. So if I have a measurement, okay, I'm picking it with the left button and deleting it. Okay, that's how you do measurements. Now let's see a more challenging area. Let's say I want to measure this framing, okay, this door frame. I don't have a good view of the inside of the left side of the frame, right? I do have a good view of the right side. But if I move to this mirror ball, I don't have a good view of this side, and I do have a good view of that side. What do? I'll just get out of here by pressing this person and choose the orbit command, move around until I see the frame on both sides. Okay, so now I can pick the measuring tool. Now I can click the left mouse button and hold it, and it won't pick a measurement, it will move around. So see, now I'll look where the most density of points is available on that side of the frame. You see how dense it is over here? Not dense here. Yes, dense here. I'll pick one of those, doesn't matter if it's the top or the bottom. And then again, that was one click. Now I'll click and hold and move around until I see the other side and see how dense it is over here. Not dense here. Yes, dense here. I'll pick over here. Okay. Now I can see I'm measuring the frame, and I'll look at the delta Y. This is exactly 90 centimeters. I'll click OK, and let's say I want to get rid of it. I can double click. I can click it and click delete, and I deleted it. Now let's see what happens, what other tools we can use. So let's look inside the basement using the tools I already showed you how to use, and let's find a spot that is a little dark, somewhere around here, let's say. Okay, so over here we have a lot of shadows and we can't see a lot. So first thing I want to do is, because this is cut through, see, I can't see it because I went through it with by cutting. So I'll do the clip box selection and press none. Now I don't have anything cut. Go to the mirror ball. Okay, I'm going to the mirror ball. I still see nothing. I can go over this to the visibility panel and check point clouds. This is how I add point cloud to the view and remove point cloud from the view. Okay, with this eye, or remove the image and add the image. So if I remove the image and add the point cloud, I can still see it's a little bit dark. If I'll change it over here at the cloud color, I can use hue intensity, and now I can see more details. It's harder to see what items those are, but if there were beams or trusses or something, it would be a lot easier to see. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to panel images and remove the point cloud, because that's how I want my mirror balls to look. And going through the mirror balls is just double clicking the mirror balls. That's about it. What else can we do? We can, let's say, look at thickness of a wall. So we'll create a clip box. Let's say I'm pressing Control now to orbit around. Let's say I want this wall. I'll press Shift, pick this one, this face of the cube. Press Shift, pick this face. And now I can see the wall thickness. I'll go over here to the orbit command and look at ortho views and look at a side view. Now I know I'm perfectly straight, and I can use the measure tool and measure the wall thickness. Okay, that will be the delta Y, and it's about 1/2 meter. Okay, I can delete it because I don't need it anymore. Put this on none, and I can stop the measuring tool and go to orbit. This is the point cloud section. Now, if you're also purchasing a Revit file, a Revit model, then you should keep watching. If you got a Revit model from us, this will be the model. And now you need to know how to reinsert the point cloud file and how to work with it. So let's say this is the first floor layout. What I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Manage tab. Sorry. And Manage Links. Point clouds. Choose that point cloud, the only one that you'll have. Pick the Reload From option and go to wherever you saved that point cloud on your computer. This will be the RCP file you saved. You have that from us as well. Open. OK. Now I'm going to go to Visibility Graphic Overrides. Pick Point Clouds. Show Point Clouds. And if that wasn't marked, then mark the point cloud as well. Pick OK. Now you're gonna, let's put wireframe just so you'll be able to see it better. Now you see it's a little messy and a little noisy. What do I do to make everything more visible? I'm gonna go to View Range, Edit. Pick 1 foot above floor level, 1 foot above floor level at the bottom, and apply. Now it's a lot cleaner and you can see it a lot better. Now you can look at the walls, how they match, the toilets, the doors, the opening direction and size and everything. Now let's say you want to look at the kitchen, you can make a section. Let's put the range correctly into the cupboards and wireframe, medium, and now we can see the cabinetry and the appliances. Here's the fridge and everything we need to see. If you want to add something, delete something, all up to you, but everything is visible at that point. The point cloud is more visible, that's a Revit thing. So if I'll zoom out, it's a lot less dense than if you zoom in. So let's see the density of points here, see how it looks. But if I'll zoom in, I'll be able to watch it better. At AutoCAD, it's even more prominent. So when you work in AutoCAD, the more you zoom into the area you work, the better the density of points you'll see. In Revit, it's less prominent, but it's still there. That's about it. Goodbye.